So without further ado, let us say hello now to the no longer new queen of the women's bantamweight division, just the queen of the bantamweight. It's been just the second time we talked to her, but it's been so long, so I don't know if it's new, is it not new? Did Mario Lopez cancel today? Like, do you have nothing to do today? Is that why you're on? I mean, like, you must be really bored if you're coming on the show.
Stop it, but thank you so much for finally addressing me as the queen, la reina. Finally, I've been waiting so long to hear you say that.
Yes. It's so good to see you. I mean, I could see that championship glow just emanating from your soul, from your look at the smile. I mean, it's unbelievable. But here, 4 months, I was wondering, like, wow. I mean, I kind of feel like we helped make the fight, and then can't even get you on the show. Couldn't even get a response to a text.
I don't know what happened between my assistant and my publicist and the social media team. I don't know how I missed that text message. I'm sorry. I apologize. Please forgive me. I would never stiff you. You know my heart. You know it's good. I always love the MMA Hour. I'm trying to get on this show. I called you.
Well, you were sort of creeping from afar. Then I went to look for you, and I couldn't find you. You were at WrestleMania. In fact, you went to both nights, right?
Yes, I did. I'm a diehard.
Are you really a diehard fan?
Not really, but
okay.
I mean, I was there. The UFC wouldn't switch my flight, so I said, what the heck? Why not night 2?
Wait, why did you go?
I just went because I was invited as a guest to Ric Flair to support his daughter, Charlotte Flair, in her match with Ronda. And so I just went to be a good friend.
And are you friends with Ric Flair? I saw you have some pictures with him on your social media.
Yeah, I am friends with Ric Flair. I met him a little bit ago, and he's a great guy. He's a legend, So anytime Ric Flair invites you to go do something, I mean, you do it.
And did you grow up watching wrestling? Because I know you were at SmackDown after you won the belt. They showed you, like, are you someone who grew up watching this?
So I would say it's a little bit of like I did not grow up watching. I grew up getting beat up by the moves that my brother was watching. So it was like I was a byproduct of what he saw because he was a diehard fan. And so my brother would practice, the tombstone, the people's elbow. Like he did all the moves to me. And that's why I know about wrestling, because everything that, he tried on me was what he saw in the ring.
And was that your first WrestleMania?
That was my first WrestleMania. Yes, it was crazy. What was the gate? 77,000, 78,000 people there. Like the nosebleeds and top of the nosebleeds had people stuffed in the nosebleeds. It was incredible. Literally, the whole place was packed. There wasn't an empty seat in the house.
For 2 nights. So it's like 150,000 people.
Insane. UFC needs to draw those numbers. It was such a production. It was so cool. What a great experience.
So I was just going to ask you, what did you think of the whole thing? Like being in a football stadium, were you into it? Did you feel like it was too big? How did you feel about it?
No, I didn't think it was too big. Obviously, if 77,000 people showed up there for 2 nights in a row, number one. Number two, it's crazy to know that like everyone there knows that it's fixed, and everyone there is, obviously diehard wrestling fans.
What are you talking about?
But like come on. The fact is that it's something that's already predetermined, and yet still all these people showed up. Like it was crazy. It was mind-boggling to me that like that's kind of the reality of the situation, is like it's pro wrestling, WWE style. And all these people are there. Like I couldn't believe it. I was gobsmacked.
Wow, what a great word, by the way, gobsmacked. What was your favorite match?
Definitely, Pat McAfee.
Yes.
McAfee. Yes.
How fun was that, right?
That was insane. I like him. When he came to SmackDown here in Chicago, I was got some better seats than I had at WrestleMania.
Ooh.
And he shouted me out. He got on top of the desk and he gave me a shout out. And then I saw him at the Super Bowl radio row in LA, and I talked to him then too. And so to see him, on the broadcast side, actually get in there and kind of, do as they do, I thought that was pretty cool. And I was cheering him on the entire time.
Yeah, I came out with the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders and everything. It was quite the scene. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. You hobnobbing with all the big shots in media. No time for the people that were there, 8 years ago when you were just Julianna Peña Ultimate Fighter contestant.
Stop it. But if you want to be bragging on me, let's take it back to you for a second. Oh. What is the problem with you? Why is everyone that I talk to, I'm like, I got to do Ariel. And they're like, Ariel. I'm like,
really?
I mean, I had beef with him like circa 2013, but what's your problem with him? Like,
wait, who said this? Tell me. Who said
this? Like everyone. They're like so hot on you. They're like so upset at you. What did you do?
What do you mean? Tell me. Who's mad at me?
I don't know. No, there's people that are mad at you, Ariel. I'm just saying.
Listen, when you're at the top.
Wait, this is what I want to know. Okay. What were you doing there?
Yeah.
What were you doing there?
You want to know the scoop?
Yes, please.
No, I was covering it for BT Sport, who's, you know, the UK. They do MMA, they do UFC, they also do WWE.
Gotcha.
And we're trying to give it a little bit of legitimacy, a little credibility. You know what I mean? Cover it like we would a UFC event, and it's fun. You know, there's a lot of similarities between the wrestlers and you guys. You know, the personalities, the stories, the backgrounds.
I'm just saying I need to take a page out of their book, because honestly, I was so inspired after watching all those matches, just the way they talk, their bravado, their confidence, you know, like everything they were saying. I was like, yes, he will. He is going to do it. Yeah. I believe him. And then like, he wouldn't get up and I'd be like, get up, you're still going to do it. And then he would do it. I'm like, I told you. Like, I was into it. I liked it. And I loved the whole shtick, the whole, you know, their whole persona and everything. I thought it was there's an art to it, and I appreciated it.
Yes. By the way, the greatest MMA fighters are ones who are wrestling fans that take things from, like, look at Izzy, right? He knows how to be a showman. He's a longtime wrestling fan. You got to sell yourself. You got to be larger than life. You have to know how to, you know, have somewhat of a persona and create interest, get people emotionally invested. It's the ones who are just like, I'm here to fight and I'll do whatever the UFC wants. They don't make money, right?
Boring.
You want to be that.
Exactly. No. And that's what I learned from Ric Flair. It was like back in the days, they had to figure out how to fill up those seats every single night. They had to make it so interesting and make it so people are emotionally invested either in his success or his loss. It didn't matter, but they needed to fill those seats. And I needed you to be emotionally invested tomorrow night to see what's going to happen, you know? And I'm like, yes, that's what it's about, you know? I need people emotionally invested in me, either in my success or in my failures, whatever. As long as they're tuning in and watching, that's all I care about. And I definitely think that watching those WWE wrestlers do their thing, I was like, I'm going to do that.
Nice. Now,
and the cream shall rise.
Yeah. Wow. You're even getting the promos down and everything. This is fantastic. What about your old friend Ronda? Did you happen to see her?
No, I saw her husband, and I was hoping, like, I was waiting and ready for it, right? I was ready for the
Wait a second. Wait, you're getting a call, and this is like an important part of the show. Yeah. Okay,
I know.
good.
My sister's calling. I saw her husband, and I was like waiting, because you know, like, you're on the aisle, and then there's the security, right? And they're like clearing the aisle, like somebody's gonna come rushing through like the back, you know? Yeah. No one ever came, but I was like anticipating, like waiting for like her to come out, and I took my purse off, like ready to go, like ready to throw down, like, let's do this. And then she never showed up.
Where is this? Like at the event or at the hotel?
At the event, of course.
Wow. Now, did Travis say anything to you?
No. He just kind of, you know, looked at me and probably didn't even, I don't even know if he recognized me, but he saw me for sure and then walked away. Wow. And I was like, go tell her to get out here right now.
Oh, I love this. You're like, I can see even the way you're speaking. But by the way, what is there beef there?
You know what? There's not. You know what where my beef is? With Amanda and making sure that goes down. Ronda is so old news, right? So I think that what's incredible about her is that, you know, she opened up the door and was destroying people in 10 seconds and, you know, became a star because she was, you know, demolishing people in the first round. And that's great. But she got knocked out twice and never came back. And so how legit is she? You know, she had to go to pro wrestling, and I get that. And I think that that's great. But as a fighter and somebody who's competitive, I know that deep down, it probably truly bothers her. The fact that she went away off of 2 knockout losses and never came back to make her name good. If it really truly does bother her, and if it gets under her skin at the end of the day to know that, you know, her legacy is kind of like ruined by the fact that she never came back and never got back on the horse, then I would like to invite her to please come back. And if she would like to come back, I would welcome her with open arms.
Wow.
But that's the B side. The A side is Amanda Nunes and fighting Amanda and what I have in front of me right now. But yes, it was nice to see Ronda.
This is tremendous. This is the old Julianna cutting promos left and right on people. You know, lest we forget, when no one wanted to give you the Nunes fight, I said, come on, Julianna, let's do it. Let's take this fight by its horns, right? Let's take it. And look what happened. You called it. There was an interview from like a year and a half ago where you called everything. You saw that, right? You called the whole damn thing.
I was actually pregnant in Singapore, like 4 or 5 months pregnant. And I said exactly everything that I was going to do. And then, anyways, that interview aged perfectly because, I did everything that I said I was going to do 5 years ago in that interview in Singapore for the UFC. It was incredible.
So I'm going to ask you about Amanda in a second, but do you think Ronda ever comes back? No, right?
No, that's what I'm saying. She's kind of a joke in the MMA world now because what is the word? Sellout, like a little bit of a sellout there.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I guess I understand, right? It's like pro wrestling. It's fake. You get paid millions of dollars. I get it. But like for me, for the real shit, for like you're the real deal, I would say that that's in the UFC. And if she ever wants any of that real smoke, I'm ready.
Oh my gosh. By the way, did you think she was good? Like just, objectively, did you think she had a good match?
Yes, I thought she had a great match. I thought she was very good. Yes. Well, she needs to, and this is just from girl to girl as a fan, like as a fan, I'm a fan and I think that she's great and I'm happy for her. And I think that it's awesome what she's doing in the WWE, but as a fan, she either needs to be more comfortable in her own skin or needs to figure out a different attire because every move that she does, there becomes like a wardrobe fix. You know what I mean? She's pulling her pants down. She's pulling her bra up. Like every move is followed by a wardrobe type of change so that she can like be comfortable in whatever it is that she's wearing. I understand that. One time I fought, and I fight in like my scuba gear, right? Cause I'm not trying to show no skin. And one time I fought and my shirt kept riding up. So like after every punch thrown, I was pulling my shirt down. It's so uncomfortable, So wear something that you're comfortable in, wear something that you love and that you're not going to have to constantly be yanking at your clothes the entire match. You didn't see Charlotte Flair one time touch anything that she was wearing. It was just all about the match, but Ronda's like constantly pulling and like, it's like wear something that you're comfortable in so that you don't have to do that. Cause it takes away a little bit.
Yeah. No, that's great insight. I also noticed that you filmed one of the matches. I think it was the Edge match, the entire thing on your Instagram. Like you filmed and did like running commentary. Why did you do this? And I hope no one finds out that you did this because it was a pay-per-view, but why did you record the whole match?
I deleted it. I just recorded it just to see, my social team is a little bit on me and they're like, we need more vlogs. We need you to engage with your fans more. We need you to be more engaging. So that's why I'm like, okay, I guess this is the time to go live. Right. So that's why. And also it was so cool. Like the fireworks and the fire and like just the setting of everything. It was a great atmosphere. It was very energetic and I appreciated it. So I just wanted to share with the fans what I was seeing.
Okay, fair enough. How has life changed for you since December, would you say? Has it dramatically changed?
Yeah, people are more mad at me all the time because I don't get back to their text messages.
Who would do that?
Podcast.
Podcast. Excuse me, like I'm some jabroni. That's it? That's the only difference?
No, my phone is definitely blown up a ton. And then the other difference that I noticed for sure, because it affects me directly, is they fly me first class everywhere.
Wow.
It's nice. I'm getting a little taste of the good life. I could get used to this. The queen is happy, sitting in first class, ordering her mimosas. Yes, queen. I'm here for it.
I do remember you saying like, you want to start getting paid. Are you getting paid now?
We're still in negotiations.
Oh.
But let me ask. As a still in negotiations type of deal, when Dana says that the fight is worth mega millions, like $1 million fight, you know what I mean? Like that means that I should get paid, right? Like,
yeah, I mean,
okay, that's where I'm at.
Okay,
I'm just trying to figure out what they think my worth is, and then I'm going to add some tax on top of that. So We'll see.
So it's still ongoing.
Still ongoing, yes. But I am hearing July 30th.
Okay, but far apart, close, like how far are we?
For negotiations?
Yeah. For you to get what you want, to be happy.
Well, it becomes one of those like good cop, bad cop scenarios, right? Where it's like Dana's trying to be the good cop, Hunter's trying to be the bad cop. And I'm just trying to say, listen, I have a window of opportunity to make my money that's this big. This window is this big. I have a kid. I'm looking at these pro wrestlers. Cold Stone Steve Austin hasn't fought in 19 years. He's walking out there in knee braces.
Yeah.
I met Jake the Snake. He's like on oxygen. I'm going to have to hold on to this chunk of money that I get for the rest of my life. This isn't just something where I turn 60 and I'm like, hey, remember that time I fought for you guys? You guys going to pay for these medical bills so I can get these hips replaced? It's like, I got to hold on to this money. And so I think that, when they decide what they think my worth is going to be the fight where I'm going to say, actually, I'm going to need, I'm not trying to be ridiculous. I just want what's fair. And that's it.
By the way, I don't want to correct you, but I know like Bohashina Depot is going to clip this off. It's Stone Cold. You said Cold Stone. You called up the ice cream. You called up the ice cream. Cold Stone.
Stone Cold. I'm sorry. Stone Cold. Can I get a hell yeah?
Yes. But that was good. So
sorry.
No, it's okay. Do you have fights left on your deal?
I don't know. I every time I have a fight in a contract, and then the next time I come back, they were like, "Well, you're on a contract." Like, screw that contract.
Yeah.
I want something else. So it's like, it depends. I don't know. I think it could be a one-off. It could be a gigantic fight contract. I don't know. We're still. I'm letting Chad handle all that business.
Oh yeah, and I was going to ask, you're not doing this yourself. Like you reached a point.
I finally found a buffer.
I feel like you reach a point in your career, you need to have someone do those negotiations for you. It can get a little bit too personal, a little awkward, right?
Well, that's what's happened is like, they're like, hey, we want you to fight. And I'm like, nah, I'm cool. And then they're like, we're sending you to Vegas. And back in the day, they'd send you to Vegas. And they're like, here's this beautiful meal. And I'm like, oh my God, this is the nicest meal I've ever had. And like, sign right here. I'm like, yeah, wherever you want. And then I'll sign it, it's like, I got to quit doing that. And I've done that, in the past. And that's why I've gotten myself into this situation. So finally I have somebody else to go in there and to do the difficult stuff that is really awkward. It's like, I'm trying to do what's fair and I need somebody to speak for me, because otherwise I'll just, sell myself down the river for a nickel and not get what's fair. And so I got to quit doing that to myself. And this is going to be the first time that I have somebody speaking for me.
So if all goes to plan, July 30th?
All goes to plan July 30th. Although I'm not necessarily convinced that I like that timing, right?
Oh.
Because what is the likelihood that UFC fans are going to be buying 2 pay-per-views in 1 month? Right?
You're very smart. You're very smart. I don't like the 2 pay-per-views in 1 month thing.
Right. I would like to be on a big card. And I see Connor getting ready, and I kind of like want to reach up like, Connor, John Jones, you guys both look like you're getting ready. You guys look like you'll both be ready for summer. Let's all of us jump on a card together. How epic would that be? John Jones, Conor McGregor, Amanda Nunes, you know what I mean? And that be the pay-per-view as opposed to like having that twice in 1 month. That's just kind of where I'm thinking. I don't like that whole twice in 1 month thing.
And you get pay-per-view points now, right?
I don't know anything about that. I'm going to let Chad handle all that for me.
And by the way, why did you say John? Oh, hello. Who's that? Is that your social media team?
That's my dad.
Oh, what's up?
That's my dad.
How are you? What's going on?
To help out.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Ariel says hi.
Yeah. I like, what is he just adding production value to the interview? I like this.
Well, my social media team sent me ring lights because I don't know anything about all this, whole like content, vlogs and all that jazz. So
I love
trying to equip myself a little bit more.
But you said something really interesting there. You said Conor McGregor, John Jones, Amanda Nunes. What? You're supposed to say Conor McGregor, John Jones, Julianna Peña. Why are you mentioning her and not you? You're the A-side.
I'm mentioning her.
You're the champ.
I'm mentioning her because I need her to know that this is what I'm planning so that she shows up. I know I'm going to show up. I know I'm going to be there. Right. I just need to make sure she comes.
You don't think she shows up?
I don't know. I hope she does. I really do. I hope she does. I think, she's showing up. She absolutely is showing up.
I know you can't talk about the show per se, but just like being around her, like, was it fun? Were you into it? It's about to start May 3rd, ESPN Plus. Doesn't sound like you liked it. What was it like?
I mean, she's a little bit more high maintenance than I was originally expecting,
Really?
So, I'll say that.
Wow.
And it was fine. You know, I'll tell you this. My whole pure main objective of wanting to be on The Ultimate Fighter and coaching on The Ultimate Fighter was to give back to the sport and to give back to the team, whatever the team would be. It has everything to do with the team and not so much as myself as an individual, although that helps, but just to be able to have a team and to, you know, help them grow and see how their careers go in the UFC. So my priority wasn't necessarily trying to like push Amanda's buttons. It was more so like, I just need to make sure that my team wins and like beats the crap out of her team. And that's kind of where it was for me. It wasn't like a big personal thing as far on a personal level, but it was personal in the sense that like my main objective was that my team killed her team. And that's all I cared about.
She's a tough dance partner though, right? Like she doesn't really, like you were talking about, you get it, right? Wrestling, build personalities, emotionally. She's never really done that. She doesn't like to do media. She doesn't like to really, like, I actually think she could be a lot more famous and popular had she cared a little more about that stuff.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, she's a little bit more high maintenance. Like you got to play the game a little bit, you know, you got to play the game. I need people invested in me and my success or my losses, whatever it is. I need them invested. It seems like she doesn't really care either way, but I have to say, you know, when you got, you know, 10 million in the bank, are you really gonna, you know, be caring that much when you're waking up in silk pajamas every day? And it's kind of one of those things where it's like the fight will sell itself and all you got to do is show up. So I think she kind of is just riding that wave. But me, I got other work to do. I have to try to create the buzz and to make it big. You know, there's got to be another side to this. I am that other side and I got to play it up to the best of my abilities.
You're playing all my favorites here, Julianna. You're referencing lines that
I'm not playing anything. No, this is the reality of the situation. This is my life.
Silk pajamas.
You know what I mean? Like I'm not playing.
No. I'm saying you're referencing things that I mentioned. I mean, I feel like there's a part of you that feels bad that you've shunned us for 4 months, so you're doing a lot to get back in our good graces. That's what I'm saying.
No, trust me. I don't. It doesn't make a difference whether I'm in your good graces or not. You know, we've been on bad terms, and I've still come on your show to say what's up. So it doesn't matter whether we're in good graces or not.
I'm still wondering who are the people talking smack about you coming on the show. I'm still confused about that, but we can.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But yeah.
Were you surprised that she left ATT after the fight?
A little bit. I am. A part of me thinks that she'll go back, you know, but I was a little bit shocked to hear that, you know, she fired her entire team after losing a fight. That was pretty crazy.
Management as well. Like Dan Lambert was her manager. Now she's with the new team. A very drastic move, right? Considering all the success that she had leading up to that point.
I can tell you during fight week, I saw one of her interviews during fight week. It was a few days before our fight. And they were like, hey, Amanda, how do you feel about the fact that Kayla Harrison's the team captain? And she was like, what? It was like news to her. And you could tell how like visibly uncomfortable she was from the question. And she was like, she's not team captain. I'm team captain. That's my team. You know what I mean? And I was like, I saw the wheels turning, you know? So I'm like, it's got to be one of those things where it's like, the room wasn't big enough for the two of them. But at the same time, it's like, you guys call each other friends, right? Like you guys are constantly saying that you're friends and training partners, you know? But then like she was so upset that I beat Amanda because then that means that she's not going to fight Amanda. So it's like, who needs enemies with friends like these? Right. It's like we're training partners, we're friends, and now I'm devastated that you lost because now I can't kick your ass. Like what?
What did you make of
awkward?
Yes. What did you make of Kayla signing with or re-signing with PFL?
How easy is it? Talk about WWE wrestling. How easy is it to say, I'll beat Julianna with one arm tied behind my back and then sign a 7-year contract to PFL right after the next day? It's like, it's easy to talk shit when you know nothing's going to happen from it. So that's my whole angle. It's like Kayla's just running her mouth because she knows nothing's ever going to happen of it. You know, she just signed her life away to PFL. So best of luck with that. I hope make your career off of beating tomato cans. That's great.
I just will correct you on one other thing. I don't think it was 7 years. I don't think it was 7 years. I think it was 2 years.
Oh, okay. 2 years. All right.
But
2 years. Here's the thing though.
Yeah.
I understand it. Make your other milli. What does she make? 2 million with them? Make your money, girl. Do your thing.
Yeah. I mean, if you could get $1 million to fight lesser competition, you would take that too, right?
I just need one. Just one.
Just one.
Just 1 milli.
By the way,
I'll fight anyone.
Are you really considering comedy? Is that a real thing?
No, I don't even know whatever happened with that. I'll say this. I got offered it. I said yes, and then I haven't heard anything about that. I don't even actually know the date on that. I missed it, right? Like that was supposed to be already back then, right? I don't know. I haven't heard anything from it. But I mean, there's 3 things that I wanted to be when I was a kid. When they say, what do you want to be when you grow up? It was a rapper, a comedian, and a boxer.
Wow.
Those are 3 interests that I've always had, so I love comedy. I love laughing, and it's definitely not something that I'm wanting to pursue, but like he asked if I wanted to do something and help me write some jokes. And I was like, sure, I'll do it. But, I think the time has passed, maybe later, like after the fight. Right now, I'll tell you, I'm home and I'm not going anywhere, and it's time to get back on the grind. I mean, I've been training this entire time. I trained on The Ultimate Fighter with my team. I trained since I've been home, and I trained before I left to The Ultimate Fighter. But now that all the media obligations are done, now that wave has passed, it's time to get back into fight camp. It's fight camp now. So definitely not going to be doing any comedy routines prior to the fight. No.
By the way, who was your favorite rapper growing up? Like, who did you try to
My favorite rapper growing up?
Yeah.
Oh, I loved Missy Elliott. I loved Missy Elliott. She was my girl. I loved Lauryn Hill, Kanye West, Talib Kweli. I have a wide range of music taste, but of course the classics: Tupac, Dr. Dre, Eminem, all those.
Did you have a moniker?
Rappers.
Did you have a name yourself for this dream of being a rapper? No.
No. I decided that if I ever were to name myself again, it would be Julianna Peña.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Yeah. By the way, who gave you your nickname?
Rick Little, the Venezuelan vixen.
Wow.
Yeah,
he just came up with it?
A blessing and a curse.
Why blessing and a curse?
Blessing because I'm paying homage to my roots. My dad's from Venezuela.
Yeah.
Curse because everyone is like, since I'm not born and physically in Venezuela, in the country.
They give you crap for that?
I'm not the Venezuelan. Yeah, they don't think I'm the Venezuelan vixen because I'm not born in Venezuela, so I get a lot of crap for that. Like, you're not a real Venezuelan, so it's whatever.
That's whack. Before I let you go, what's the coolest thing that happened as a result of this victory?
The coolest thing that has happened as a result of this victory is sitting first class. I can't get over it. I love sitting first class. I deserve to be A1 all the time.
I agree. By the way, I sat on the flight with you from Australia to California, and we were not in first class. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, but you probably had a better seat than I did, and that's what I'm saying is the problem.
No, I was next to you. You don't remember this?
No, I remember we all took a flight, but no, I don't remember you. I'm probably like an aisle away or something.
No.
People tell me things, Ariel. People are like, this one time, and you said this and you said that. And I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
You got a lot going on. You get punched in the head. But I actually thought you would say something else. I thought you were going to say something else. I thought you were going to say taking your daughter to Disneyland. What?
That was great. That was really cool. Yep.
But
that was really cool.
Was there a but?
I can't share it with you.
Why?
Yes.
There's another part of the story?
Taking my daughter to Disneyland was amazing. Yes, it was very cool. I'll tell you why. We got to cut every single line, and we got to go to like 19 rides, and it was epic because most families go there and they're lucky if they get 3 or 4 rides in the day.
Yeah.
We got to do all the rides, and we got to cut all the lines. And so it's almost one of those things, like once you get a taste of that, it's like you can't go back to whatever you were doing before. Coach. Because exactly. So for me, it's like, I'm never probably going to go back to Disneyland unless I 1,000% secure getting that same treatment that I got. Cause they really did pull out the red carpet for us. So we were happy.
But there's a but.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's all good.
I feel like I know what the but is, but I'm not going to mention it. If you're not going to mention it, I'm not going to mention it.
Okay.
Unless you want me to mention it.
Okay. Well, tell me what you think it is.
Serious?
I'm an open book, Ariel.
Okay, that's what I like about you. I think that you thought that some people would hook you up and help you out, and they didn't, and you had to do it yourself.
Oh no, no. I mean, like I said, people tell me things and I'm like, really? Did that happen? I don't remember. That didn't happen. I don't think. It literally,
I wonder what the butt is.
Like a Disneyland assistant with me the entire time, and they took care of us very well.
Seems like a great time.
No, the bet is just, it was a great time. Exactly. It was epic. She loved it.
Mario Lopez, you did a whole media tour. It was great.
Yeah, I'm going on Good Morning America on May 3rd.
Wow. For what? Oh, for The Ultimate Fighter?
Yes.
This, after moments ago, you saying no more media, the media tour is done, this and that. Good Morning America.
Well, that's May 3rd. That's like one day. I literally have to fly for one day.
Okay.
Actually, I take that back. Can I tell you something else? Okay, let me say this. All
right.
I can't say that it's 1,000% for sure, but I got nominated to go up with the Thunderbirds. You know the Thunderbirds, those jets?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got nominated to go up with the Thunderbirds in my hometown at the Spokane Fairchild Air Force Base. Now, Rick Little is my head coach, and his dad was the commander at that base. And they nominated me to go up with the Thunderbirds with them, but I won't know until like the week of the flight. And the week of the flight is the same week as Michael Chiesa's wedding. Oh. And so if everything goes to plan, the coolest thing that I will have experienced after winning the championship is definitely going to be a flight with the Thunderbirds. Absolutely.
Wow. And when's the wedding? Because I didn't get, and I haven't checked my mail, but I didn't get a save the date or anything like that. So I'm a little bit taken aback by this news of the wedding.
It's in May, but would you really come from New York to Washington State? That's a long flight.
I love Michael. He's the man.
I'm sure he would love to have you there. Well, he just probably forgot.
Yeah, he just probably forgot. Wow, I feel like we covered a lot here. This has been great. I feel
Thunderbirds, how cool is that?
No, that is cool. I mean, I'm not, if I'm being honest, I'm not a big plane guy.
Are you serious? A Thunderbird?
By the way, Good Morning America, 1,000 times cooler than a Thunderbird.
You're out of your mind, dude. And I think it's because
that's an institution.
No. So hearing, my favorite veteran of all time is Colonel Richard E. Little, which is Rick's dad, who was the commander. So hearing all of these stories for the past 14 years of all of his flights and, dropping bombs and being in the Korean War and just being a fighter pilot. His dad was a fighter pilot. To hear all this and then all the plane rides that I have to do, I absolutely am enthralled with planes. And so I think that going up on a Thunderbird and and hitting those G-forces, I might pass out. What if I pass out? It's going to be awesome.
I like how you say he's your favorite veteran of all time. Like how someone would say, my favorite player for the whatever Yankees. So you have a favorite veteran, and it's Colonel Little?
Richard E. Little.
Richard E. Little, the father of the great Rick Little, your head coach, Michael's head coach, longtime head coach, who from Sick Jitsu, right? Who propelled you.
Spokane.
Believed in you before anyone believed in you, and now you're a champion, and was really happy on that night back in December, puffing his chest out, letting everyone know that he called it. It's a beautiful story, and I hope that you get everything that you're asking for here because you deserve it. You're right. You've been putting in the time. 8 years in the UFC, right? When you won the belt, it was 8 years, now approaching 9. I got to be honest with you. First class, you should be asking for a hell of a lot more than first class, all right? If you
think I should be asking for my own private jet?
Well, listen. I don't think we should be negotiating in public, but sounds like, your representation is great. If they need to speak to Helwani, I could give them a tip or two on how things get done over there at, Las Vegas HQ and, UFC. They listen to me. They respect my word. They respect what I have to say, my opinions.
I'm gonna take you up on that.
Tell Chad to give me a call. Yes. So
I will.
May 3rd, Ultimate Fighter, it's done, right? So it's in the can. It will premiere. And then July 30th, maybe, but now we don't really love it. Why not July 3rd, by the way? International Fight Week. I thought that's where they were going to put you.
Yeah, how epic would that card be, right? I'm just hearing July 30th. I haven't heard anything about July 2nd. And of course, obviously, you got to have somebody to bring to the dance. So it's all going to be, contending on whenever it's good for Amanda.
But that's crazy. So you're the champ. You're the champ. What do you mean whatever's good for Amanda?
Well, I already told her it was good for me anytime. Right. Next week, 2 weeks, tomorrow, yesterday, whatever. So just let me know. Just send location.
Yes. This really warmed my heart Nice to talk to you. I thought we were on the outs. Now you get the text. I'm like, wow, she's here. Looked everywhere. Couldn't find you. Come on the show. Really nice. Really nice. Very happy for you.
Well, it's always a pleasure.
You always have a home here. Okay. I just want you to know that if you ever need to get something off your chest, let the world know how you're feeling anytime. You have my number clearly. Let us know. And we'd love to have you. Good luck with the negotiations. Keep us posted and enjoy the time at home. Good luck in training. Can't wait to see you back.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
And thank you to your dad for the light. He did a great job.
I will.
All right.
I'll let him know. Thank you, Ariel. Have a great night.
You too. There she is, Julianna Peña, the Venezuelan vixen, joining us. Great stuff from her. A lot of spunk, a lot of fire, a lot of heat there. You gotta love it.